Hi guys, I'm Tommy. Welcome back to the channel. Now yes, unfortunately, as you've seen by the title of this video, I crashed my bike. I've scuffed it, I've kind of battered it a little bit. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you what's wrong with it, what I'm going to be doing to fix it, and we'll fix a few little bits here in this video too. So let's start off with the front of the bike. Now the main thing that you can see here is the dreaded shifter scratch marks, and they're quite deep. Down at the bottom as well. I've also scratched the button. The worst part about it, somehow I've scratched both sides. Look at that. That is just so unlucky. I've scratched it up here as well. I'm also a bit upset. I've got a hole in the hood of the shifter. And the worst part about it, brand new bar tape, less than 2 weeks old, got a hole in it. Not happy. So yeah, might get a bit of glue actually, see if I can glue that together, so that would be good. The bars themselves, I'm not going to check, I'm not going to take the tape off, because if you think about it, there was no impact on the bars themselves. The shifters towed in quite a bit, which means that they absorbed the impact. I usually have the shifters about here, and they've been pushed in there. They look fine on the top, and if the handlebar tape was ripped a lot, then I would definitely take the bar tape off, replace it, and before I replaced it, check the bars for any cracks. But honestly, the bar tape's okay, apart from that one little hole there, so I'm not concerned. Stem, also okay, tiny little scuff mark here. Now the Garmin, how the Garmin survived, I do not know, because at the top you've got these scuff marks, and I kid you not, I'm not exaggerating here, when I picked the bike up, the Garmin was down like that, which means that the only thing that could have happened was the ground hit the Garmin and shoved it downwards. The screen is alive and has no marks on the screen. It's just that outer piece, the outer seal of the cover bit of the Garmin. So the Garmin itself is fine. I'm absolutely baffled by that. The top cap got a little, the spacer got a little bit scuffed there. And if you can see down there, yes, we got a dreaded chip. The fattest chip I've ever seen on a bike that I've owned. Yes, we've got one big one there, another one there, and that's obviously happened where the handlebars, when I crashed, went like that, and somehow is just dragged along the ground, and yeah, so very far from ideal. But I'm very lucky, no cracks in the frame at all. Moving to the saddle, got a scuff mark here, which was there before, but I've made it worse, so yeah, not great. Seat tube is fine, the top tube is fine, the down tube is fine. Yeah, pedals are also good. I've got a few little scuffs there, but they were also from the PROPEL Classic when I crashed, so I've just added a few probably. Bottle cages are also good. Very happy that they're still alive. They usually are the pieces that break quite easily because they protrude left and right of the frame. Moving down to the front mech, absolutely fine. Chain set is fine. The chain itself is fine, although that wouldn't have mattered because I've got a new one on the way because that's worn a little bit. The cassette is shot, so I've had to buy a new cassette, which is on its way. The cassette was fine in the crash, but it's just worn out, so I bought a chain anyway, if that makes sense. Moving on. We got some scratches on the rear mech. Yeah, the dreaded rear mech scratch. One up here, one down here too. And that means that, yes, the hanger got absolutely annihilated. That is one bent hanger, isn't it? If I change gear, that will tap into the thing. Obviously you can see it, but you know. So that is being ordered, a new one. Moving on to the left side of the bike. Would you look at that? That is a lovely scuff there, isn't it? Disc calipers look okay too. The pedal looks okay as well on that side. Disc rotor, I haven't actually checked the rear one. The front disc rotor is a little bit warped. Nothing horrendous. It's just a little bit of a ting here and there. When I crashed, I slipped and the bike hit on its right. So the right side of the bike got the full brunt, really. So that's why I'm confused that this side is also scuffed, which means that I'm thinking the bike went down and then the handlebars went round like this, and when the rear mech hit, it kind of bounced the bike so that the tail went over and hit the through axle on the other side. I've taken the through axle out to put it on the turbo. There's no resistance and it goes in fine and it doesn't look bent, which is great. The bike is okay. It's a bit battered, it's a bit bruised. It's got some battle scars on it, shall we say. But I'm relieved, because when I crashed, the first thing that went through my head was, my bike. And then it was, oh no, Portsdown Classic, which is in less than 3 weeks. And I knew that if I damaged the frame, I would then have to go through the insurance company, and that wouldn't have taken 3 weeks to get a new bike. I'd have had to get my Ridley, my CX bike, suited up with my race wheels, which would have meant that I'd have had to get adapters for them, setting it all up, you know, not ideal. But it's fine, none of that happened. Bike is okay. I'm going to adjust the shifters now, tow them back out, and then I can show you a comparison of how I rode them and how much they got towed in when I crashed. So yeah, without further ado, let's straighten my shifters out. Here is a quick insight now of the difference between the shifters. That's my normal riding position. That is the towed inwards, forced towed inwards, shall we say. So that's the end of the video. Not one that I plan to make very often. Not one that I wanted to make in the first place, but here we are. I thought it might just be interesting, just update you all on what's going on and the stress this caused me because of the Portsdown Classic race that is coming up. I was so worried, like I said, that the bike was going to have some damage that was going to mean that I'd have had to wait for bits to be ordered and bits to be repaired, and say for example that the brakes just went boom, then I'd have to re-bleed the brakes and get all that sorted and all that. But it's all good. I sustained very little injury. I got some solid road rash on my hip about there, and I just got a bruised quad, and that's it. I got off very lightly indeed. I got a bit of a sore arm as well, which is really annoying because I'm holding my phone up to film this, and it's getting a bit achy. So this is probably a good time to wrap the video up and say thank you for watching. And yeah, sorry that I had to make this video. Like, share and subscribe, the usual good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one with another wicked video.